Good evening. It's Monday evening again. So I'm on here to talk a little bit about taking care of ourselves and, allowing kind of some peace in your life and focusing on reaching towards a higher being. So for me, that's God, and kind of having a prayer life and kind of stepping back so that you can give up some pressure on yourself to be able to do the life that you want. So if you think about kind of restoring your soul and how you can do that for yourself, and maybe think about is it things that you want to do for yourself, or making memories, over time with your family, or doing things that you enjoy. I know I've been thinking about that a little bit in the last several weeks, probably, about things that I want to do for myself, because I'm finding that as a nurse, or nurse and mom, we're so ingrained to take care of other people, and figuring out what is it that I really enjoy doing. And if, kind of think about that and make sure that you take some time to do things that you enjoy doing, and maybe just do kind of little things starting out. Maybe you enjoy just taking a walk by yourself, or being able to be outside and not worry about what the kids are doing, or if your spouse is busy or wants you to do something else or whatever. Kind of think about that, so that, and I'm not saying you should do that every single day, because, we do have responsibilities that we have to do. So just remembering that it's okay to do things that you enjoy doing too, that don't involve your family or your spouse or, your kids, and being able to find those things that you enjoy, and maybe giving yourself permission to do that, because I think having the permission from yourself is where that starts. Because if you constantly are telling yourself, I have to take care of X, Y, and Z before I can do these things that I want to do, it becomes harder and harder, I think, to be able to let that go and to remember what it is that you enjoy doing, because you're so focused on taking care of others and not as focused on what it is that you enjoy doing. So just remember over time to think about, even if it's just one day a week that you take off for a couple of hours, or not a week, one day a month, take off for a couple of hours to do something that you enjoy doing. We kind of fill our lives with the things that other people expect for us to do, and being able to kind of step back and think about what it is that I want to do, that I enjoy doing, that doesn't involve being responsible for someone else for a little bit. So finding that, and kind of maybe making a journal of the things that you really enjoy doing, or at the end of the day, think about this today. These are the things that made me happy and made me remember why I'm here on earth, that these are the things that I really enjoy doing. And when you think about, I was looking at this book about kind of filling your soul, and one of the things that it was talking about was that kind of envy of what other people are doing. And you have to think about, when you see stuff on social media, people just show the highlights and the good things, and maybe don't show all of the things. And in this book, it was talking about the parable of the prodigal son, and how where the prodigal son is the one that kind of left, and when he came back, his father kind of had this big party, and the brother was very jealous of how this prodigal son was being celebrated after he left. And it was talking about, kind of looking at where you're envious or jealous of things that you see online, and what that means, kind of having this comparison to other people. So I think if you kind of think about for yourself, what is it that you want, and maybe doing some prayer or meditation, and allow yourself to think about what it is that you would like to do for yourself, kind of free yourself from comparison to other people, and allowing yourself to kind of step out and maybe do something a little bit scary that you wouldn't normally think about doing. I know one of the things that I have thought that I would like to be able to do is visit the parks here in Ohio and take some pictures and those kinds of things. I enjoy photography. And, thinking about doing that on my own without someone else, if I have to do it that way. And there is a little bit of fear around doing something on my own, but I know that I can do that. And maybe, reaching out to other people that to do something like that, that maybe you're afraid to do something on your own, or you're not sure that you're going to like whatever you want to try. So kind of taking a step in faith, that kind of deep heart dream or whatever it is that you're thinking about is something that you really want to do, and find a way to do that so that you feel you are fulfilled in that dream or that thing that you really would like to do, and being able to be free of kind of the pressures from other people to do something maybe that you don't want to do, or that you feel like you don't have time. We never have time to do everything, and kind of making the time to do these little things over time so that you don't just neglect kind of the things that you need for yourself. Maybe pick one thing for the next 3 or 4 months that you really would like to try, and reach out to your family and friends and let them know that you're thinking of doing this one thing, and see if anybody would support you in doing that thing, if it's something that you need support with, or talking to your spouse or significant other or your family about, that you have this one thing that you want to do, that you need to take off, for a whole day. And this is what it is that you want to do. And, kind of taking the time to express that so that you make sure other people understand that it's really important to you, and finding those things that you can do on your own. Because sometimes we just need the time. I know a few times this week, it's been kind of cold here, and it's been snowing off and on. And first thing in the morning, I go out and I just kind of stand outside and kind of listen, kind of hear the snow falling in the trees and the wind rustling the leaves. We have oak trees here, so they still have leaves on them. And it's really peaceful. And the other day I was out and our neighbor's dog was barking. And I'm like, really? I wanted to be quiet. Can't you be quiet, kind of thing? So, it's just those little annoyances you think about that come into your day. And it's not a bad thing, that you have stuff like that. You just have to pivot and find another time. And maybe, you think that you don't have the time to relax or sit back or do something that you really enjoy doing. But I think if it becomes a priority, then you'll make it happen. And I think part of that is sharing with other people and not keeping it to yourself, because you can't just keep on doing things for other people and not filling your own soul with the nourishment, the energy that you need for yourself. So being able to spend the time to do those things. And maybe it's as simple as going to a musical, or, being involved in a Bible study group with other women, or, those kinds of things, filling up the time so that you have the community and the time for yourself to build on the things that you enjoy doing. And just finding the time and making the time. I think that, you can always look at your schedule, and if you have a time, maybe your family is in school. You have kids and they're in school, and it's a day that you could potentially just go do something on your own and have, someone else help in the evening or something with your kids for that day. And, just making that part of your schedule, one day a month. Just take an hour or two and do something fun that you enjoy doing, and put away kind of the work things, those of us that are working, whether you're working outside the home or at home with your, taking care of your house. You can always go back and do those things when you get back, and kind of recharge yourself. Maybe you just want to sit and read a book and do that for an hour when everybody's gone or in bed or whatever. Just do that to kind of refill yourself. So be intentional about kind of finding things that you enjoy doing, kind of putting the social media away, maybe leaving your phone behind, and not really get notifications or calls or text messages, those kinds of things, or maybe turn off the notifications if you really need to have your phone with you. And just remember to kind of pause every single day, kind of pause and think about the things that you enjoyed about your day. Kind of start out your kind of pause or thoughts about the good things that are happening in your life, and focus on those. And then you can think about what it is that I want to change about my life, and how can I go about doing that and getting to the life that you are really proud and excited to live from day to day. I know sometimes we just get tired and, wrapped up in all the things that we're doing, and remembering that there are good things that happen every single day, and focusing on those are just as important as focusing on what your dreams and goals are going forward. I know I'm right now doing a book where my book club is reading Atomic Habits is the name of the book, and we're going to be talking about that this evening too. And it's just little habits that, making this 1% change, and that's a really small change if you think about it. When you have a whole week of time, it's like 90 minutes, that is the 1% of the every hour that you have, the 24 hours a day. So 1% change is a really small number if you think about in a 24-hour day. So just taking the time to decide, what is it that you are wanting? What goals do you have? What are your dreams that you have over the next, in your lifetime even? What is it that you want to accomplish? And maybe kind of the memories that you want to make with your family or for yourself that's important to you. So maybe finding things that help you to remember all of those things, whether it's, taking pictures or writing a journal or just taking a pause every day and thinking about the things that you're grateful for and the good things that are happening in that time. And then think about, what can I do tomorrow to do things differently to get closer to whatever that goal is. So hopefully this will help and you have some things to think about for yourself and how you can go forward with your goals and dreams in the next several months. And I still have openings I've opened up for 2 more slots for my personal clients. So if anybody's interested in having coaching so that I can help you kind of define what it is that your personal goals are, I have 2 slots open for that. Or if you know someone that might benefit from that service, just kind of message me and let me know. So we'll talk to you later.